You meet a man, you're all dolled up. He loves everything about the way you look. He loves your hair, your makeup, your outfits, your nails. He loves all of it. And then over time, he doesn't like those things. You look better without makeup. You look better with short nails. You look better covered up. You look better natural, basically. And you're like, but you met me that way. Like, why don't you like all these things that you liked in the beginning? 2 things. He's insecure, obviously. Number 1, he wanted you for the bragging rights. He wanted you to show off to his friends, like locker room, high school. That's why he wanted you. Not because, like, he actually probably liked you. Like, he just wanted to show you off and show that, like, that's what he bagged. Number 2, he thinks of you as a show pony. He thinks that you look the way you looked to attract a mate, and now that you have attracted him and you have a mate, you no longer need to attract anybody else, therefore you no longer need to look like that. Just insecure. He's insecure, and that is not your problem.
Ho, ho! Fiction can be fun!
What an amazing find we have here. We have another Queen who goes on TikTok to talk about men and goes to the Default Playbook to shoot out the shaming language and labeling all men insecure if they place any standards on her. I mean, like she said, he's insecure, obviously, if he wants her to change and be a little bit more modest, because he couldn't accept that she has to remain super attractive to attract other men. Because obviously, if he says, hey, you're with me now, you don't need to keep a for lease sign out there for the next tenant, that means he is insecure. First of all, Queen, let me ask a question. Aren't women the ones who say that they get with a man and they build him up? In other words, they want him to change to become the man that those women want. So does that mean that most women are insecure? That most women have all these emotional problems? They just are super controlling and super insecure? As to your 2 reasons, the first one, bragging rights. I'll give you that one. There are a good percentage of men out there that don't directly brag about their girlfriends, but they do like the fact that their girlfriends are attractive. So in a way, I see where you're coming from there. The second one, show pony, isn't that your first claim in different wording? So basically, you only have one complaint, and again, he's insecure. So if a guy doesn't make as much money as you want him to make, when you're with him, you demand that he makes more money. Does that make you financially insecure? But don't worry, Colleen. You keep it with this attitude. You'll be strong and independently secure by your lonesome. Moving on.
You know, it's never actually the hot guys that you need to watch out for. It's always the guys who are 6s and 7s who are gonna hurt you the most. In your head, you're like, I've discovered this one. Like, this is a diamond in the rough. Like, nobody else is seeing what I'm seeing. You're like, I'm making a brave investment here. Like, this guy's never gonna hurt me because, you know, I plucked him out. And then they hurt you more than anybody else. It's these 6s and 7s, okay? Their egos get way too big when a baddie scoops them up. And suddenly they go on a little rampage tour. Suddenly they're like, oh, I can love bomb. I can gaslight. I can be the worst. And you're experiencing it like, I made you. Like, you've made them into a monster by discovering them. And suddenly they're twisting on you. It's Frankenstein energy. The creation overtakes the master and then the whole town dies. I don't know how that book goes.
Oh yes, fam, your eyes do not deceive you. This is the exact same queen that last year tried to trash her multi-million-dollar father just to gain a little bit of clout on TikTok. So the young men who want to date her are already warned. And it seems like she hasn't learned anything. I mean, she says, not the hot guys who hurt you, it's the 6s and 7s. What, the above average guys? She discovered? Really? How is an above average guy a diamond in the rough? She's making a brave investment. Sweetie, have you looked in the mirror? A guy putting on beer goggles to be with you is making a brave investment. And a dangerous one at that. I mean, she actually thinks she's a baddie. Well, maybe amongst the herd of purple-haired wildebeest she hangs out with on campus, but not in the real world, sweetie. And she actually thinks she made an above-average guy. Sweetheart, this is the same attitude that cost you your multi-million-dollar inheritance. What you should be making is a sandwich in the kitchen for better results. I do feel for young men because these are the types of queens that they are dealing with today. But look on the bright side. They show their true colors starting off. If you young men out there want to roll the dice and date this kind of queen, all I can say is that you will deserve everything that happens to you. Moving on.
No one prepares you for the loneliness that you feel in your 20s. I'm currently sitting alone in my apartment. It is 1 a.m. I'm drinking water out of a wine glass because it's the only thing I have clean. And all of my friends are either with their boyfriends, with their husbands, with someone. And I feel like the odd one out because I don't have anyone. I have myself and my dog. And don't get me wrong, I love being alone, but I just feel like people at this age are really selfish and you lose a lot of friends in the chaos of being in different phases of life, and it sucks. And honestly, I just feel forgotten about and pushed to the side. Welcome to your 20s.
Oh, boo-hoo. Seriously, queen? Are you expecting sympathy from people on TikTok? let's be honest, you're looking for sympathy from other women because men, for the most part, are going to look at you and say, who are you trying to kid here? I don't care how these young women want to twist things. When you're a young woman in her 20s, you don't even have to be super attractive looking. You just have to be average looking. It's not that hard for you to get a date. If you're lonely in your 20s, the reason that you're alone is in the mirror, as in you. Let's flip it around. Let's say a guy in his 20s who was about your weight class equivalent, that he's crying, he's alone, he feels very lonely. That is actually a lot more believable because it's much harder to date as a guy. Women have much higher standards of men. So you crying about you being alone tells this gorilla that your standards are sky high. I mean, it seems to me like you are a lower mid tier acting like you're a 10. And if you're drinking water out of a wine glass, then you should reflect as to how little you actually have. And you should really practice expectation management. To my viewers, I swear, this video to me seemed like the prequel trailer right before she bought a cat. Moving on.
Okay, so the next time that someone tells you that you shouldn't have high standards because you're a single mom, I want you to walk away with your head held high, knowing that you dodged a bullet. What's up? My name is Satie. I'm a single mom of 2. Let's talk about it. So let's start off with number 1. Being a mom does not make you less deserving of love. You deserve love. You deserve companionship. And being a mother does not mean that you should not have standards. In fact, your standards are probably going to be higher than the next woman's because you not only are dating for yourself, you are setting an example for your child/children. We bring a lot to the table. Let's not let society get confused. We are that girl, okay? I don't know any mothers in my circle who aren't that girl. Nurturing, caring about their business at home. Like, don't let people and these men make you feel like you don't bring a lot to the table because sis, you built it, okay? Now, being a single mom does mean that you are a lot more selective with yourself. Being a single mom means that not everybody has access. You're not going to allow the things that you used to allow before you had kids. And I'm speaking on that from experience. I became a lot stricter and things had to be kept a lot more tight after I became a mom. And that's okay. And last but most certainly not least, just know that your standards are filtering out the wrong people, which is why I said in the beginning, walk away with your head held high because you dodged a bullet. The man that God has for you is not going to look at you and think, oh, she's a mom. No, I'm going to share with something that my mom shared with me years ago. The man for you is going to look at you and they're going to fall in love with you even more because of the mother you are. So keep that held high, sis. I'll see y'all in my next coffee chat. Love you, bye.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Dang, fam, I gotta ask, is this actually legal? I mean, how is it possible that TikTok allows a woman to make a video pushing out that much copium? Let me get this straight. Your entire video premise is to try to justify how high value a single mother is in the modern dating market? I'm sorry, Colleen, but being a single mom does not make your SMV skyrocket. It actually makes it tank. I mean, starting off your video by pushing out saying, oh, you are deserving of love, you are deserving of this, you are deserving of that. Colleen, would you stop with the lies? You are not deserving of somebody else's time and attention to you. You're not owed that by anyone. It's kind of funny how women will be very clear when they say that to men. I don't owe you anything. But at the same time, they push out to women, oh yeah, you deserve it, as if it's owed to you. The other funny thing is that nobody said that a single mother cannot have standards. Of course have standards. But let's be honest, when you say, oh, your standards are going to be higher for the next guy, how is that logical? That is actually pretty obtuse. Okay, let's think about this. You made a mistake with the first guy. You have the offspring of the first guy. So the second guy that you want him to play stepdad to help you through your mistake of the person that you chose to be the father of your child, the next guy has to put in more because of your bad decision? Oh, and society doesn't have it confused about what you bring to the table. Of course you bring a lot to the table. Unfortunately for you, that a lot is a lot of baggage. And all that good game you're talking about, oh, single mothers, we are that girl. We are nurturing, caring, taking care of business. Okay, here's a question that most men are going to ask you off rip. Why weren't you that with the baby daddy? If you were all that, why is the baby daddy not around? And you're right, sis. You built it. Only problem is, you built it, you pay for it. The next guy don't got to give you a dime for that child you built. None of his DNA's there. And the copium of being a single mom means you're a lot more selective with yourself. Not everybody has access. Hold up. You already gave access to Chad/Tyrone. Someone else already got all the access. And now you claim that you're selective and you're going to raise the price for the next guy? That's like a $10,000 car that came off the lot and now you're reselling it at 15 after 100,000 miles been put on it. And after you became a mom, things became stricter and a lot more tight. Well, maybe in your mind and your opinion, things got tight. I'm pretty sure a lot of men will look at you and say, yeah, we can mention a couple of other key things that actually are a lot looser. Oh, and the man who looks at you and falls in love with you, yeah, we got a name for them. Blue pill betas. And there's a reality to that one. So you see, if you're a young single mother, You're going to ignore those blue pill betas for as long as you can because you still want that Chad/Tyrone to commit. You're only going to see the man someone has for you once you either smash through that wall or are broke, and then you figure, well, maybe I'll like this guy. But don't worry, sis. When the time comes, you're going to swallow your pride, among other things. Moving on.
My post about going on a date as a single mother is going around again, and I know because I get a lot of comments from men who are very angry with me being a single mother. And the comments that I get are always like, red flags, single mother, 3 kids, like, you don't have time for, like, I don't want to date a woman who doesn't have time for me. And they talk a lot about time and how a woman wouldn't have the energy to give to them. And it's funny because, like, women are multitaskers. We do it all. We have jobs, we have kids, we have pets, we make food, we clean the house, we do it all. And I don't think some men, not saying all men, I don't think men get that. Like, and for them, they're really telling on themselves when they're like, you don't have time for us. Like, why would we even want you? It's like, how much time do you need from a woman? Do you need a mom? Like, it sounds like a mommy issue, the attacking of a single mom and the neediness. And it's just angry. And it's funny because it's like, I did the most biologically normal thing to do, which is have children. My body prepares me to have a baby every single month of my life for the past 30 years. It's been doing that. It's what I do. I make babies. It's a miracle. I'm a miracle maker. Excuse me, I have oil on my face. But, and it's like, yeah, my marriage didn't work out because I was raised in a broken home and didn't know what the heck I was doing. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. But like, I'm like, just because I say it's a lot doesn't mean it's too much for me. It's just too much for you. And so it's just like, they're just telling on themselves, like, you can't handle a woman with kids. You can't handle that. Like, and if you can't handle that, good luck meeting a woman, because we make babies. There's a lot of single mothers out there because men can't handle all that. Good luck.
Is that actually oil all over her face? This girl for a moment thought that she was sweating because she OD'd on copium. Anyway, Colleen, you kind of just ratted yourself out when you said that you couldn't make your marriage work because you grew up in a broken home. Translation from womanese, that means that you broke your home just like your mom broke your home. You followed the example that was laid out in front of you. And let me tell you something, men don't dislike you because you're a single mother. What they're saying is that they know that they're never going to come in first. A man who gets with a single mother is never going to be her top priority. She sees him as cleanup, as the guy who comes in to foot the bill for the last guy who was here, who left his deposit and is going to put all his money into this losing investment. I'm sorry, Cohen, but you have to look at this from a man's perspective. When he says you don't have time for him, that means that he knows that you as a single mother are going to dedicate all of your time to your children, which is what you're supposed to be doing. But the point is, the men know that. So they know that, hey, you know what? In order for me to be with you, I have to work around your schedule because you're not going to work around mine. That's not dislike, that's acceptance of the reality. Another thing is, they also know that you're going to dedicate part of your time to your baby daddy, because a lot of times, single moms still have the baby daddy around more than just for the child support. I mean, he comes around every now and then and leaves a sour cream deposit that may come out to another puppy. Who knows? I mean, this Colleen said it herself that she is a baby making machine, although you're in your 40s. So you have like 3% of all your eggs left, so chances of you popping on another puppy are low. And you say that men are wussies because they can't handle a single mother. I beg to differ. I think men have a lot of experience with single mothers. They know the issues that come up. They know all the baggage you're going to deal with. They know that, hey, you know what? The juice isn't worth the squeeze, especially with a single mom. And let's not forget, because you're in your 40s, you're competing in a much smaller pool of men. Most men in their 40s are divorced. They already know what's up. They're coming in with the experience of life, knowing that they are going to get the short end of the stick. Hey, but you know who wasn't a wussy? The Chad who left his seed with you. AKA a saved game for the next guy to play.
Fatality. Flawless victory.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.